And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is rapid deployment. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y, creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, first and foremost, obviously, I want to apologize for not doing a podcast on Tuesday. Monday, the whole day, which would normally be when I would record it, I found myself in the emergency room for my cat. And one very expensive trip later, he'll be okay. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's just why I wasn't able to do a podcast that day. We're obviously going to be back on our schedule regularly here, and I appreciate all of you who stuck around. So, I have been very excited for the last couple of hours because of a discovery that Meryl made last night. So, I had mentioned to her in an admin meeting earlier that day that we needed to review some more of the variant options. Yesterday, during one of our admin meetings, she pointed out that Mel, who normally does kind of both cutting and customer service, had been so swamped by custom order requests that came in that she just hadn't been able to do any cutting. And we'd always knew that that was kind of potentially part of the what was coming next. We'd always hoped that if we were able to get, always hoped that once we were on Shopify, we could get a product customizer established that would allow us to not have to have people reach out for custom orders. They could just place them and build them themselves. But up until yesterday, we had not been able to find one that was a good one. So I mentioned to Meryl that it was like, hey, if you get a chance, kind of look into those variants, see if there's one that you like. She sent me back two options last night. One of them was a good option, but it would have completely overwritten our catalog just to even test it. But then she found another one that we looked into. Very quickly, there was a lot of things about this that I really liked. I ended up building a test product, and I ended up instituting a couple of pricing rules, building out the tools, and here's some things that it required. Now, these are both good things and bad things. The good things are, if we can properly instantiate this solution and deploy this solution, it's possible that it solves all of the other issues we've been having with our variant software. We would be able to eliminate that entirely, and more importantly, it would theoretically allow us to drop all of our products below the 100 variant limit, which would theoretically mean we wouldn't have to deal with any of these problems anymore because we'd be within Shopify's core product itself. Now you may say to yourself, Colin, how is that possible? One of the critical parts of what pushes us into the variant software is the engravings we offer. If you've got 5 colors of a product and you've got 4 inserts, right? That's 20 variants. Right? 5 times 4. However, if you say, okay, we want to add engraving. Well, if you say, okay, you want no engraving, bottom right-hand corner engraving. Even if you just do those 2, right? You don't do anything like spine or center text, which is what we normally do. You just do those 2. Now you're up to 40 options. Well, do you offer custom font choices? Well, if you offer custom font choices, you'd have to offer a no engraving option, because you have a no engraving, or no font option because you have a no engraving option. And then even if you offer 2 additional ones, that's 3. If you've got 3 options, a no engraving and then 2 font options, now you're into over that 120 limit, or over that 100 limit, you're up to 120. So that's an example of one product where that fails. But if you eliminate all of the engraving, you create a different problem, which is that a huge portion of our products, like most of what leaves our workshop, is customized. And frankly, it's a huge part of the company's identity. It's what we've always been about. So we can't get rid of the engraving, and we can't have the engraving done via the variant software or do it via in Shopify. And so we needed variant software, except if we use this customizer and we eliminate the engraving options as drop-down menus, as variants in that, and we create it so that any customization you do, whether it's as simple as a name engraving on the front or as complicated as multiple logos on the front cover, all of that's handled through the customizer. And I will say the customizer, in my opinion, is incredibly robust and it's pretty intuitive. The mobile version of it is not as intuitive as I think it could be. It's pretty good. I think anyone under the age of 40 is not going to have any trouble. I think anybody under the age of 60 is probably not going to have any trouble. I think anybody over the age of 60 there may be areas where it may not be as intuitive. And that's not a knock on people of different ages. It's just that what was intuitive for someone who's 60 and what's intuitive for someone who's 30 is different. And so, and that's just a perception of technology. It's just how people view technology. But that being said, I discovered this thing. Meryl sent me this thing at 8:00 last night, and I was up till 2, playing with it, developing a sample test product, and I've got the test product now pretty active. I've filled it out. It's a slim cut engraving is what we're doing. So I'm testing that out now, kind of getting its full capability. We want to run it with discount software and see if it works with the discount software. We could even solve a couple of our major problems with what we're currently doing with our variant off. We'll be able to put things out of stock for Christmas, which is critical in light of the fact that we may deal with shortage specifically on our inserts. So that's going to be a potential problem. That's also another note. If you're looking to get a number 2 with a moleskin insert, that is something that right now we've got a couple of orders that are back ordered from our warehouse, the warehouse that we're buying them from. Now, they say they have them in stock and they're just being slow to ship. But there's a real possibility that in the near future, they won't be able to get them at all, and we'll just continuously have problems getting them. So that's the only of our raw materials that I'm concerned about. Anyway, so being able to put those out of stock is actually really critical in light of the fact that we're dealing with the inability to now. And the solution we've come up with for our current software is we just put in the name, like, for example, moleskin lined, and then we say back order, estimate, date, delivery, June, right? Well, the problem is people still buy it, and then they just assume that you were lying when you said you weren't going to be able to get any, which is a lot of emails I'm not happy to do. But beside the point, most of what Meryl is getting is product requests, is people asking for custom engraving. I personally think that we actually would have a lot more custom logo sales, custom engraving type sales, if people didn't have to reach out at all. If someone could go on our website, and now very shortly they will be able to, theoretically, if the testing goes well, which is still a little bit uncertain, but I'm 99% sure we're going to implement this solution. But theoretically, someone could go on our website from an Instagram ad. They could pick out a product they like. They could enter the customizer. They could add their company's logo. They could then put it in their cart and they could put 25 in their cart, and their cart would automatically apply the appropriate discount for that bulk quantity, and they could purchase. And they can do that all in 10 minutes. Never having to reach out to us. And that would allow for us to shift the way we do custom engravings, because rather than having Mel have to, on the beginning, create a mock-up, sometimes multiples, send them, create a product link, send them all to the customer. The customer then looks at them, maybe changes them. Mel then sends an email back. Mel has to review that, make the changes, update the file on the product, return that to them. And then maybe they don't even purchase, right? Rather than having Mel spend all that time on only a portion of them purchasing, it would be that it would switch to, okay, Mel, there have been 25 orders that have come in that are custom orders today, or there's been 50 orders or 100 orders that have come in that are custom orders today. We need you to review those orders, take a look at those orders, and see if any of them have problems that need to be addressed. For example, the engraving is strained, or it's copyright protected. That's something we don't have a system to prevent in our customizer. And that brings up a whole different topic that we've gone over before. But anyway, with that, we may end up having a situation where Mel's able to fly through a whole bunch of them. And even better than that, the system that we're looking at doing actually has the ability to convert color images to black and white engraved style images, right? So it'll show customers right away why the image that they want to use will not look good, right? Rather than having us have to recolor and kind of play with images to make them fit, it's able to say, look, this is how the recoloring would look, and if you don't like it, we need a different image, which is excellent. Because most customers, I think, who come to us, they don't realize how it's going to look. They don't realize on the beginning when they send the image to us that a multicolored logo isn't going to look like that when it's only 2 colors. So this software is excellent in that regard. I am curious. Okay, so I think I have some suspicions that when we deploy this, we're going to see 2 different things happen. We may see that people are less inclined to customize because they have to press a button that says customize, and then they have to change their logo or their name or whatever. So right now to customize the products is very straightforward. It takes virtually no time. And when we have the customize button, while I don't think it will take any longer because it's actually just as simple, I don't know if people will understand that. So we may see a decline in people getting custom engraved items. However, we may not, because unlike our previous versions, the people will be able to see in real time what that engraving is going to look like. So rather than having to guess at what the font is going to look like, or guess at the size of the name on the cover, or guess at all of these other things, it'll be done in real time. You'll be able to visually type out your name and see it on the color that you're going to buy. So I think that's awesome. If that causes a decline in personalization, I think on the other side, it may cause an increase in custom orders of logos, and particularly of things with multiple things of logos. So I think it may offset itself, and not to mention the fact that it'll actually cut down on Meryl's or Melinda's customer service time that she's dealing with customer orders, which will allow her to work on cutting and other things during the production season like Christmas, which will hopefully, and I think significantly reduce our labor cost needs. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic, and I don't know exactly how it'll play out, and we'll see. The good news is that what we currently have is terrible. So it really makes it easy for me to say, yeah, let's test something different. Because if what we had was perfect and we had never any problems with it, we probably would be more inclined to not innovate, to just stay where it's at. But because our current situation is just abysmal, I'm far more inclined to say, yeah, couldn't be worse, so let's try it out. Now, this presents itself a new problem. We got to deploy this problem. We have to deploy this solution very quickly. We discovered it last night. I created a test product. It took me a lot longer than I had anticipated to create that test product, mostly because I didn't know how to use the software. But after doing the one, I think I have an idea of how we would do the rest of them. And we could actually, I think, create a lot of really good solutions, potentially even to the pre-engraving problem. Now, this is where it gets a little trickier, because how do we treat pre-engraving? There's a way in the software to create templates so that when you open up the thing, you click on the template you want, and it autofills the template. Now, do we offer the templates on the covers or the pre-engravings as templates? And if so, I'm not 100% sure there's a way to lock that template as a forced thing. Now, based off how advanced the software is and how capable the software is, I believe they have some way for us to say, the Da Vinci Anatomy template, you can select that template, but you can't edit the photo or the cover as it sits. You can't change it. And you may ask yourself, well, why wouldn't you allow them to edit the cover if they're getting a pre-engraving? The whole point is that we don't have to remake the files. The whole point of this being pre-engravings is that we already have every file for every product that's a pre-engraving, pre-saved, ready to go. All that our operators need to do for that engraving is press go, which saves us time, and it's better that way. It also means that we know exactly how long those pre-engravings are going to take, and there's no guesswork in that. So we can fill them in specifically and strategically into the air traffic controlling that happens around the engraving process. So all in all, it could, I think, slim down our catalog and make our catalog a lot easier to navigate. It could allow for us to have a much cleaner, easier time offering pre-engravings. There's one thing I don't have a good solution on yet that I think I will figure out shortly, which is I don't know how Mel could create something in the product customizer and then send it to a customer where they could then edit it more. I don't know if that's a thing. And you may say to yourself, well, why would you need to do that? I have no doubt, I am 100% sure that when we launch this product, there will be people who will not know how to use it, who will not want to use it, and who will want to continue to do it the old way. And I don't want to tell them no. But at the same time, I want to help them to evolve into the new system, adapt to the new system. And I think the best way to do that would be to say, if you reach out to us with a logo and you want it done the old-fashioned way, Melinda will go into the product customizer. She will pre-make that product that you've wanted the way it needs to be made, and then she will send that to you, which means that all you'll have to do if you want is hit add to cart. However, if you're feeling a little bit adventurous and things aren't looking too bad, maybe you'll go in and say, I wanted a different size, and you'll resize it a little bit, and then you'll be able to purchase it. I'm hoping that we can encourage customers who are more reticent to use the system to do it by kind of shepherding them through it. All this to say, this solution was discovered less than 12 hours ago. And at least as the time I'm recording this, because I'm recording this Wednesday morning. This was discovered less than 12 hours ago. There's a lot of changes that need to happen. But if we can pull this off and we can deploy this in a very, very rapid way without breaking anything else, which is a couple ifs in that, this could completely change our Christmas process. And this could solve a huge portion of issues that we've been having on Shopify in a big way. So, in my opinion, it's worth not only the monthly fees we pay to use the software, but also the fact that the software itself takes 1.9% of every purchase that is done through it. Now, to be honest, it's absolutely worth that. The amount of time we spend on custom orders and the amount of custom orders we have, particularly because we're considering that we're putting everything through this, it's definitely worth it. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in on next Tuesday for that next topic. And don't forget to check that notification bell to be sure to get alerted when we launch new podcasts, as well as that subscribe button. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or anything else we sell, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at Murdy Creative Co. Or you can contact us via Facebook and Instagram. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We do appreciate your patience. Obviously, right now during the busy season, it's a little bit longer of a lead time for responses. Normally it's 24 hours, sometimes 48 if we're really behind, but we're doing our best to stay on top of that. So if you have a quick question or you want to place an order over the phone, please feel free to contact us at 414-434-9001. We're available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. You can also text us at that number as well, 414-434-9001. If for whatever reason you don't get a hold of us either during work hours or after work hours, please feel free to leave us a voicemail. We do respond to them. We do listen to them. We work with them. If you ordered something and it's about your order, if you can include the order number, that does help us specifically find you, because sometimes if we look people up by their names, the spellings are different, or we just can't make out the full name over the phone, or somebody will say, hey, it's Rachel, and we've got 18 orders from a Rachel. So if you can include that order number, it does help us. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow both our review on the podcast app, whatever you're listening on, but as well as a review on the product if you have one and you like it. If you go to murdycreative.co/reviews, you can read all of our amazing 5-star reviews, see what people are saying about the product, what people like and what they don't like. Then you can go click on the button that says, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. When you're there, there's a question. Do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and then you type your amazing review. We love them. We read them. They're going up on the wall in the new workshop. We have hundreds of them, and they make my day every time. If for whatever reason you would leave us a bad review, there's another button on that page that says get directly in contact with us. It is deeply important to me personally that everyone has a good experience with the company. We will do anything we can, recrafting, refunding, anything we can to make things right if there's a problem. Please, 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 before you leave us a bad review, give us an opportunity to make those things right by reaching out to us. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Always has been, always will be. So please tell your friends both about the podcast, but also about the product itself. You can go to murdycreative.co, and then in the bottom right-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner of the website, there is a rewards tab. You log in and you click on that rewards tab. You get 5% back on any store purchase as in-store credit, but also there's a shareable link there. If you share that link with your friends and family, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 of in-store credit when they make that purchase. So if you're looking for someone to buy you a Murdy Creative Co product for Christmas, and you want to give them a little nudge, send them that product link, tell them the name of the product, and say, hey, if you buy this with this link, you get $5 off. Wink, wink. It's a great way to get what you want for Christmas and also help us. So, and help them too. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to engage with you guys. I want to give you guys what you're looking for. If you've got questions specifically, you can either send us an email, contact us on the main page of our website, or you can, if you really would like, you can leave it in the comments below on YouTube or whatever you're listening on, and I'll be sure to see them and do my best. If you're looking for multiple binders, or journals or folios, anything we sell, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, 'tis the season for gift giving, particularly corporate gift giving. If you're looking for multiple items, we do offer bulk discounts built directly into our cart. Now, I'm going to say this, so it's important to realize this. Orders of particularly anything customized, but orders over 100 need to be placed before the end of this week. There's so much going on. There's so much, it's just with an order like that, we need over 100. We need to have it placed by the end of this week. If it's over 50, we need it placed by the end of next week. And if it's over 20, we probably need it placed the week, the week after that, right? Or the week before Thanksgiving. After that point, it just becomes so difficult to be able to predict what production is going to look like, what supply chains are going to look like, and all of the other things that are going to just go into that hectic post-Thanksgiving season. So if you're looking for a bulk order, particularly if you're looking for a customized bulk order, please, please, please reach out to us right away. We'll work with you on that. You can send us an email, SALES, sales@murdycreative.co. Otherwise, if you're just looking for a bulk order of regular products and you're looking to place that, you can just add those to your cart, mix and match. It's just based off the total cart quantity. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. So all you need to do is add whatever you'd like to your cart. An automatic bulk discount will apply. During the entire month of November, we have a discount program going on. I should say up till Black Friday. We have a discount program going on where it is buy one, get the next one 25% off, buy two, get the third one 50% off, or buy three, get the fourth one free. It's a great option. It's a great sale right now. So definitely go check that. No code needed. It'll automatically apply to bulk discount. That applies even to bulk orders as well. So if you're going to get 16 items, you're going to get 25% off because it's going to be 4 and 4. So definitely check that out if you're interested. If you're looking for custom engraved items, we have no minimum order quantities and no setup fees. It's a simple flat fee, normally of $15 for a custom engraved item. If you're getting just a name, it's even less than that. And right now, as I'm saying this, if you'd like a custom engraved item, go reach out to us with an email. Send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. Include the product you're interested in as well as the logo. We'll be able to create you a mock-up as well as a checkout link that you'll be able to use to purchase the item. However, I am hoping that by the time I record this next, or the time after that maybe, because I may not go that fast, I'll have a different process for you to get a custom or engraved item, and it'll be so much simpler. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.